Okay, it looks like this thing is live. My Saturday morning stream can begin. So, first things first, I have to go through and set up all of the basic stuff. I need to post on Twitter. Let's see here. I need to spell things correctly. Live now. Let's go into the Discord. Let's see. Don't want to put in main chat. Here we go. Perfect. Hey, how's it going? Sorry for the slow response there. I was setting up the links, letting everybody know that I was going live. Now I got to do my shout outs for everybody else. So let's see here. Guess I should probably set all this stuff up before. But I guess it's a good start to a stream, getting everybody set up, letting everybody know. Alright, let's see. What's going on? I'm just getting the shout outs set up to pin to the top comments. You. Okay. So I got those guys hanging out up there at the top, ready to go. Oh, I got a private message. Okay, cool. Yeah, for some reason with my private messages, I don't know if you guys were part of that, but I wasn't able to actually respond. They disappeared, and today when I logged in, they're magically there. So, any tips for making ISK fast? Let me think about that. For making ISK real fast, Plex and a Visa Black card. That is the fastest way to make ISK possible. So you can put on there a couple $1,000,000 and then boom, you have all the ISK in the world. Other than that, on a real note, to make ISK fast, it depends on where you're actually at in the game. So story missions are going to make ISK pretty fast. However, if you're before you can actually do story missions, if you're real early on and you want to make ISK real fast, pick yourself up a regular Condor 2 or a like ship, whatever is in your class, and fly out to nullsec. Fit it out cheaply. Look for level 2, maybe level 3 if you can do them, anomalies like the ones that spawn, and you can actually just fight the ships out there. So basically you're going to go to the encounters, fight the encounters, try to get some of the things to spawn, and hopefully if you're in Caldari space you're going to get some missile launcher. If you're in the other spaces you're going to get appropriate rig schematics, and if you get some of those they can sell for 20, 30 million. So if you're not in if you're not in a ship that's capable of actually going out and doing storyline missions, you can go out and do that type of stuff and make a decent amount of money. And if you do get blown up in the process, you're not losing much. The courier? Um, hmm. Let me show you something. My small lasers are negligible. I didn't actually grow up with small lasers. I grew up with small missiles, and I got into medium lasers. So I know that they're going to have pretty close range. I actually did a video on that. So yeah, for doing the actual anomalies, you may get locked down because sometimes they have a lot of ships that spawn there. I prefer the missiles because you can actually stay out of Weber range, and if anybody does warp in on you, you're still pretty good for PvP as well. Yeah, the Tech 4 frigs. Oh my gosh, you can make so much money off of those. Literally just flying around. Just go out to nullsec. Look, you don't want to find the high level ones. You want to do low level encounters. And again, if you get those rig blueprints, so it's hit or miss. You're playing a gambling game, but you can still make, even if it takes you an hour and you make like one rig, you just made off of that 20, 30 million. How much are those blueprints selling for right now? Let's go take a look. But that's how I made a lot of money quickly back in the day. Um, I was under the wrong section. Okay. So let's find those missile blueprints. Those are the ones that I was after. You can obviously go after whichever ones you prefer. Well, you're not going to find a level 2 rig. Yeah, they've gone down in price, but that's still 6 million for one. Yeah, they used to sell for like 20 million back when I did it. 4.5 bill. Dang! I want to do some of those Dead Space. Never actually got to do one. If you do some of the higher level ones and get these, you'll sell for a lot. And the whole thing, does anybody know where the 2s drop from? I think they drop from, they can drop from 5s. And I know that the those tier 4 frigates, if you have them built correctly, they can do a 5. Well, at least the Condor can. I don't know about the other ones. Apparently I'm getting donations. The real money is in nullsec. Yeah, absolutely. If you do those dead spaces, that dead space loot just you just have banks. So if you're in part of a good corporation that's out there and can run those and clear them out quick. Yes, story missions are also good for solo players and people who don't have time to really group up and do those dead space missions. What am I going to do today? Yeah, so the PvP was fun, but it was literally 2 hours of flying around doing nothing. So I think next time I try to do a PvP video, I'm just going to get together with people and try to capture some footage. And then do like a compilation video. So that way I'm not sitting there just bored by myself flying around not earning anything. So as you guys can see there, whenever I open up my skills, I actually took a little bit of a deviation to finish up my frigate skill here. So I'm not training my lasers. I'm taking a little bit of time just so I can get that up. And my PvP ship will have all the skills that it needs for the ship to fly. Figured it might as well. It's 10% more damage. I think I did do some of the... where are they? Yeah, I got some of the advanced electronic warfare as well. How long are those Dead Space missions? How long does it take for them to like respawn? Is it something that you guys can do constantly if you have a big enough corporation clearing out different areas? Get more and more to pop, or do they pop so rarely that it's like one of those things that you can do maybe once every couple of days? Um, what did I want to check here? I'm in the wrong inventory. Oh man, watching chat. This is where I wanted to go. One day I'm just gonna have to do a mass cleanup of all this crap. I say that every single time I go through it, and I'm just so lazy. I don't. What do I got? 5 hours without any spawns? Oh, my PvP frigate? I'll show you that. Got a bunch of boxes here. Be nice if I ever opened them. Super soft drink. I don't think I want to do that. My PvP frigate? I used to actually use a... Well, here, let me show you. So I used a Breacher Assault for a long time. And one night, I think I told this story on the channel too, I've said it a couple of times. One night I was actually half asleep while I was playing, running around just looking for different things to kill, going from section to section, and I didn't realize I was in point 0.5 space, so I found some people, I attacked them, and the cops did not take too kindly to that, so I lost my Breacher Assault. So since then I was going back, and I have this Condor 2 that I use, and this ship is so old. I've had it since dang near the beginning of the game. And so I just upgraded to a Condor Interceptor, and I went out and started doing that. So I'll show you this real quick. I did post my video on it, but it won't take long. Have you replaced the Harbinger, or are you going for an Oracle 2? Well, an Oracle 2 is going to be Tier 9. And Tier 9, I believe I still have... Well, it helps if I press the right buttons. 77 days on, so that's probably not going to happen. Alright, so this ship, I don't actually have all the skills yet to fly it perfectly, but the rigs, I actually run one ancillary power grid rig. I have a polycarbon engine housing, auxiliary thrusters, two bay loading accelerators, and a warhead calefaction catalyst. The reason why I rock in 2s in here instead of 3s is because the 3s are really, really expensive, and this is just my PvP ship, so it's kind of designed to be blown up. I had power grid issues here. I'm actually I want to get the power grid up on this more. I think these are 1. I need to get this up to 6, so I have 6 additional. Once I can do that, I can put in a scram in one of these. Right now I'm running 2 interruptive warp disruptors, but I want to change out one of these for a scram. And once I do that, I'll be where I'm at. I use a Ranger small afterburner in here. I know this ship is designed to be using the micro warp drive, and I might switch that out, but I use the Ranger small afterburner because a lot of times if I go out there and do PvP, I am going to want to hit some, if I don't find anything, I'm going to hit some of those anomalies and try to get some scouts and stuff to spawn. And while I'm out there I can do that, so that's twofold. I use GIST-DC type small shield booster. They're relatively cheap compared to everything else. This here, I would have a GIST-DC type in here as well too, but I just didn't have one. I lost my other one that I had, and they're like 100 million. And I didn't really want to put that in there. And this basic damage control, I just kind of stuck in there. This slot is kind of open up for debate. I use this because if I do warp in on somebody and they're much tougher than I am, I have a panic button where I can get out. but I could change that for damage or whatnot. And then in the top slots here, I just have 3 Pitham C-type small missile launchers. So that's my PvP ship now. I think this PvP ship is going to do me really good. The only thing sad about the Oracle is it's decently slower than the Oracle. The Oracle is nice because it's nimble and decent quick with a micro warp drive. The Oracle 2 is decently slower than the Oracle? Really? I haven't actually looked at it like that closely. Let's get back in my Oracle. And let's go to the market and have a look at those and see what's up. We will do some comparisons because that is some shocking news. Okay. Oracle 1. Where is it? So it gets the inertia modifier bonus and scan resolution off of that. So let's take a look here. Flight velocity is 185. Inertia is 0.37. Ooh, 156.61. Yeah, it is a decent amount slower. Well, I think if I get my skills up, though, I can get this ship doing probably just about as fast as my Oracle is doing right now, because I still have to train up those navigation skills a little more. I believe I can get this Oracle, my primary Oracle that I have now, up to doing about 2,000 with the micro warp drive. Or, I'm sorry, not 2,000, 1,002 to 1,300. If the heavier one I can get up to doing 1,000, a little over 1,000, I'll still be happy with it. It probably makes up for it with more armor, but if you're doing a ranged tank, like I do, armor doesn't really matter. That is kind of sad, though. I wish it would have been a little faster. Let's see here. What do I want to do today? Okay. Yeah, did you guys see where Eternal was looking at those Christmas missions that are going to be coming out in a couple days? I'm excited to try those out. There's one that's specifically in low sec or null sec. So those ones I want to definitely get into a group and head out there and give it a shot. I might even get into a group with the Eternal himself. We'll have to hide where we're at, though. Yeah, if you guys hear me taking drinks and everything, yeah, it's brand new here in the morning, so I am having my Monster energy drink and waking up still, so... I like how my live stream hates my resolution. It's like, hey, you're in widescreen mode. This is not an optimal resolution. So just so you guys know, the reason why my videos take so long to render, this one here will probably take 24 hours or more to render, is because I am in widescreen mode and it is having to convert that. So unlike if I had it in the 1080, it does take a lot longer for YouTube to render these live streams. Yeah, I don't drink coffee very often because, again, I'm in Florida. Coffee's hot. So normally here it's hot and not cold. So I normally have some type of cold. I do love iced coffee though, but I don't have a Starbucks or anything like that near me. We do have a Dunkin' Donuts, but I didn't want to go out. I usually just buy these monsters by the case, keep them in the fridge, and boom, there you go. Now my doctor tells me you need to stop doing that. He's like, those things are going to kill you. I was like, everything's going to kill us, Doc.
Warp drive active.
Apparently you've never been to Tama. Still coffee. Well, no, my roommate, he loves coffee. He drinks it like it's water. Literally, there's coffee that's being made 24/7 here. So it's not that it's not available. I just like my sweet carbonated beverages. Helps me keep up my wonderful figure as well. All right, let's pick up what we got. What did I pick up? Okay. I don't think I've done this one in quite some time, so I wanted to take a look at it. You can do it. Modern World's gonna give 40 million. Let's see what I gotta do. 15 jumps. 1 battle, 2 battles, okay. I don't think it'll be too bad. We'll find out. Yes, you have stuff to say. I actually want to sit down and read all of these stories one day. Do I need any help with the mission? What's my cold DPS on the Oracle? No one likes Tamba. Let me show you guys. I do apologize. Like I said, still early. I will go over while we're in transit here the Oracle as soon as I can, you know, not click on everything else. Okay, so this is my Oracle. My Oracle is in a long-range fit. I currently have the top slots filled up with Corpus C-type large beam lasers. My range on this is 72 km with a 25 km fall-off. I am running 2 Mark 7 large group armor wrappers, and I do believe I have fuel. Good morning. I run 1 Republic Fleet target painter. Now I got a warp, so we're going to put a pin in that. We'll come back to it in about 3 seconds. Okay. In my low slots, I have a Gistum C-type medium micro warp drive, Centum C-type heatsink, and 3 Marketeer tracking computers. And the reason why these are Marketeer is because moving up to the meta level 8 is redonkulous in the price. Down here I have a semiconductor memory cell and a second one as well. And I have an ancillary power grid router. This power grid router is not for this fit. I do other fits with this ship. Laser burst aerator 3, a second laser burst aerator 3, and I have the damage one, the laser collision accelerator, I believe is what it's called, but we'll find out here in just a second. I've said it in almost every single video. I should just have it memorized by now, but I do not. Laser collision accelerator, yep. So I have a total of 826.33 DPS cold with that 72 km optimal range. One of the good things about this ship is I have 3 of these. If I can juggle, I can stay at about 130, 140 and still do damage, which is normally outside of the range of pretty much everything. Yes, everything is going good, thank you. Do I need any help with that mission? I do not need help. I know I already read that before, but again, early. I don't think I need any help with this mission. I haven't done it in quite some time, but so far I've been able to solo pretty much everything in the Oracle. It might make it go faster. And I might set up some time to do some stuff with everybody while on live stream as well. maybe we can all get together and do that, but I would have to set up to where I'm going to be hiding where we're going and stuff like that. You're welcome. Yeah, the fitting itself, this is a similar fitting to what I've used to actually complete the T10s. I did Bad Hair Day and um, Friends by Blood. I was able to actually complete with this. Friends by Blood can be done with this fit, but you do have to be a whole lot more cautious. So those ships there can reach out and hit you. I would actually recommend changing out the heatsink for another one of the tracking computers, because if you have 4 tracking computers in this, the 4th tracking computer doesn't really give you much more range. However, it lets you to have all of those active almost indefinitely, so you can keep at that extreme 130 plus range pretty much all the time. And the reason why I say that is because those large cannons that they bring on that, they can reach out and touch you. And if you're not careful, well, no, it's not large lasers. Lasers, sorry, I misspoke. Large cannons. I have not done Angels or Devil yet with this fit, and I'm actually very scared to, because I was watching Eternal, and one of the waves, there's like 100 small frigates that come in. Yeah, they do reach out and touch you. So even sitting at that 130, I would recommend this ship here, you can get up to 50% damage with those active at like 170 something. And even at those ranges, you can still catch ancillary damage from those lasers. Well, hey, welcome. I'm sorry I'm not saying everybody's names. Like I said, it's very early, and I am very horrible at pronouncing things. Just know I know who you are. I will try to read anything that I can, but yeah, I knew that was going to be one of the things as being actually streaming. Trying to say a lot of people's names, oh man, I'm rough with that. That's why I normally keep to just the YouTube videos. I don't have to pretend like I have the knowledge of pronunciation, and Hooked on Phonics didn't really work. So yeah, we got quite a few jumps. I do like that they did the plus 100% jump thing. That is very nice. It still makes ships slow. But we're going to head out here, and one of the things, a lot of things when I first started doing these fits, everybody was trying to tell me that I need to have a web and a scrambler on this.
Warp drive active.
Oh, yeah. Well, you see, Blood, one of the things about that is if anything gets into web range, I'm already screwed with these large lasers. I'm never going to be able to hit them. If I have a web and a scram, it's still the same thing. If they get within range for me to use those, I'm already doomed. So they don't matter, they're actually a waste of slots. People can't scan me down yet. I actually need to go look at the Twitter post on that, because they were talking about the scanning, and that's probably going to be something that's going to happen too.
Warp drive active.
The Naga is a great one. The Naga has the highest DPS of all of them, I believe. Yeah, once the scan probes come out, like I was saying, it's going to change the way a lot of things are done, because I won't be able to sit in there, and I'm definitely going to have a warp out point. It's going to make other things as part of the fitting also try to become... It's going to become really difficult to do a lot of stuff as far as a solo player. You're really going to have to watch also too who's in system, and if you get any types of spikes or things like that. But yeah, with the large lasers, and I assume you're going to have the same issue with the large weapons of all the other sorts, but if anything gets within like 20 km of you and starts in orbit, you're not hitting it. You can slow it down to 60% less speed with one web, you're still not hitting it. Not a frigate. It's not going to happen. So if it does get that close, you're just doomed. So why even have it on there? Now, if I was using the pulse lasers on this, it does make a lot more sense to have those. But I'm not going to outrun the frigate. Well, if it's a PvP frigate, I'm definitely not outrunning it. And if it's the PvE frigates, basically what I try to do is I try to warp away or not warp away, burst away using my micro warp drive as fast as possible, keep them flying in a straight line, and shoot them before they get to me. So that is the plan. If they do get to me, it's all over. So the whole goal is don't let them get to you. But that's what the long range fits. If anybody has been using the large weaponry and been able to clean up a pack of frigates close range, please let me know. Or even if you have a video, show me. I would be very interested to see how that was taken care of. I apologize.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I've been in situations here with this where I've let a cruiser get too close to me. And just because I was like, ah, it's a cruiser, I can hit it. Still couldn't hit it. Actually had to end up warping away because the cruiser got into orbit around me when I was doing some tests. So yeah, those large weapons, they have just nothing for tracking. Yep, large newt is good. I have some builds where I use the large vampire on here for the purposes of PvE, but I would definitely use that build with a large newt out in nullsec if I was flying
Warp
it
drive
null.
active.
Yeah, I mean, it's to me personally for doing this, having the group armor reppers is better because then I can use my low slots for either more damage or more range. And as long as I'm just repairing ancillary damage, then that works out better for me. But again, as soon as scanning comes in, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Probably not do T10 solo anymore, that's for sure. They take so long, someone's gonna scan me down and come in there.
Warp drive active.
The Vindicator? That would make sense. They do have the best tracking on the snub-nose railguns, so I don't know about the large railguns though. I mean, I do. I have a spreadsheet, but I don't have it in front of me and I don't remember off the top of my head. I actually think the large lasers have the best tracking, if I remember correctly. The large beam lasers.
Warp drive active.
Oh yeah, when scanning comes in, I mean, I should technically be blurring the system that I'm in now, but I mean, I don't really... What I should really do is turn off this chat. Don't need anybody saying anything that I don't want to have on here. Can the Dramiel do ratting or not? Yeah, Dramiel can definitely do ratting. In a little bit, once I finish this, I'll actually go into my alt account. My Dramiel can't... it's not T8 yet, so I don't have access to the hard missions, but I can do every single one of the news missions solo. It slows everything to minus 100% speed with the webs. Okay. 100% speed means it's just not moving. 12 more jumps, yay. Yeah, I really like the Dramiel. I haven't had any issues. I'm doing the 2.5 million ones, 7 million ones. And the one thing that I would say with the Dramiel, when you're playing, I would imagine it applies for any frigate. When you're using a faction frigate or even just a regular frigate for PvE,
Warp drive active. Warp
make
drive
sure
active.
whenever you're approaching, like a new wave spawns, you're quick, but you still don't want to be right in the middle of everything where you can get like 6 webs on you. So it's the same thing as whenever I lost my Harbinger. Just, you're fast, so just whip away. And then do circles out in the middle of space and let some of the smaller ships come out to you, fight them out there, and then jump back into the fray. I guess you could stay in the fray if you really had balls of steel, but I don't. I'm not going to sit there and try to risk a Dramiel right there. That's for sure. So I try to pull everything back out and tackle the small ships all by themselves, and then I go back in and do rings around the cruisers
Warp
or
drive
whatnot. They
active.
can't even hit you at that point. And flying in is when you only really take damage. So unless you're running against missiles, missiles can damage you all the time. But if you got that shield booster on there, it's really no issue. The people who fly those in PvE scenarios without a shield booster, they're the ones who confuse me. I don't know how they do it. Um, Believe it or not, the higher tier the anomaly, the easier it gets. Because you have bigger ships. Bigger ships you can orbit around and they can't hit you. So the problem is it takes longer to do
Warp
those. It's
drive
just
active.
boring. So yeah, you can do a T10 no problem, but you're just sitting around spinning in circles for a very long time fighting a battleship that's going to take you forever to kill. Hey together. How's it going? Yeah, that Dramiel, I haven't had any trouble basically doing anything with it. There's never even been a scare. But like I said, I still don't want to be at ground zero when a wave spawns. I am waiting to get a little bit more skills in it, and then I'm gonna try to do
Warp drive active.
some solo storyline missions with my Dramiel. We'll see if I lose a Dramiel, I can make the video where it pops. My Dramiel is at 397 damage right now, with a skill that I have like another 24 hours or so to finish, and it'll be over 400. And I will show you the guys the Dramiel later. I'll have to sign into my alt account. Same AI warp. Yep, that was the one I chose on this account. My other account I have a different one. I figure
Warp
any
drive
account that I
active.
make I'm going to put a different one on there, but this is my primary, and that's the one I like. Yeah, the Predator webs are 100 million, which is why I have Caldari Navy webs, because I have not been able to break down and spend 100 million on that little bit of an increase. Yes, I don't know if I like these Galente missions. They have like 600 jumps. If I stick with my Caldari missions, I could have already
Warp
been
drive
like
active.
halfway done with the mission by now. Literally from popping the book to finishing it like a soldier's way, I can get done in hour and a half. I guess it really depends on what type of space I'm in as well. If I was out here in Galente space, I live in basically right next to Jita. Jita's my neighbor. That was done on purpose so I can sell stuff, but as you see, it doesn't really matter. I don't really sell stuff anymore. I just make a stockpile kind of like a dragon. I just have all my treasure hoarded up in the station. What do you do with it? Oh, nothing. I just sit on it.
Warp drive active.
The Death Trap Syndicate. Yeah, I know about the Death Trap Syndicate. I think I'll be okay where I'm at right now, though. A T10 anomaly done in Adventure 3? You know, what are they raising? Okay, this would be hilarious. They're raising the group cap, right? I think we're gonna have 50 people. If you get 50 people in Venture 3s and all go do a T10 together, you may have some losses, but you might actually be able to do a T10 with 50 people in Venture 3s. Predator Warp Scram is 1.4 billion ISK. Yeah, I'm never gonna own that unless one magically falls out of the sky and lands in my inventory. 1.4 billion for a Predator Web of Fire is, or not Predator Web, Predator Warp Scram. It gives 5, right? Let's have a look here. Yeah, 5.
Warp drive active.
Straight to Jita. It's worth it when T9 hits? Why? Why would that be worth it? Unstoppable Hound 2s that Ventures can't warp away from.
Warp drive active.
Got it. Well, I mean, if you're that committed to destroying miners, you are doing the Lord's work right there. 1.4 billion on one mod just to take out some miners. Either that or you really hate that corporation. Warp Scram totals 13. Yeah?
Warp drive active.
Okay. I mean, yeah, if you absolutely positively want to spend that money to get that done, do it. Where did those predators drop from, though? I mean, are they just out of some type of inventory box somewhere? Because if so, I need to start opening my boxes.
Warp drive active.
Thoughts on the worm for PvE? It looks solid on paper. Never used it. When you kill people in PvP, they drop. I bet they do. Can you imagine being an adventurer and you get warp scrammed enough to where you're stopped? You know that guy has a predator on him. So then you just call in the whole crew to come chase him down. You're like, yeah, you got my venture, but now we're after you. That's 1.4 billion, buddy. We might get.
Warp drive active.
So together, have you ever actually got one of those drops off of PvP? The 1.4 billion prize drop? So you can fit 2 medium launchers on the worm. That changes things. Okay. There is a pod out here.
Warp drive active.
Slovenly? Slovenly. Slovenly. The drop from the crate's pretty sure. Yeah, I'll actually have to look at it. Hello? Alright, let's have a look here. Warping in for the first time. They are very close to me. Okay. Activate that. Get rid of these guys that are pissing me off. Alright, now we're at a good spot. So we got rid of all the really fast guys. We can just lay waste to these. You're 104. Let's turn back around. So the dangerous part about warping into these is whenever you are really close like that, if anybody does get under your guns, which is why I love having the micro warp drive. The micro warp drive lets me get the heck out of there and just be able to destroy things and come back in and kill at my leisure. You've never used a shotgun versus sea monkeys. Oh, well. Personally, no, but that sounds like fun. You're definitely going to miss some, though. Sea monkeys are tiny. I don't even think a shotgun's going to be able to hit very many. So there's actually quite a few ships here. Huh. Quite a few. That's actually very surprising. Normally Wave 1 does not have that many ships. So that's something to behold. It's okay if the Hydra Shock kills them. Indeed it is. That was actually a pretty brutal wave. I would not want to warp in a 0 on that one. Well, I never want to warp in 0 at all, but... Oh yeah, so I'm sorry, I was in the middle of everything. So if I activate one of these, my range is 103 with a 35 km fall off. So yeah, things become quite easy to hit from out at this range. And I'll show you the next time when I have the damage active. I think I'm like 1,000 something DPS. So I'll show you that as well. And also you can see my capacitor. The ship has a very strong capacitor. So even though I was boosting away with that micro warp drive, firing lasers, activating all this stuff that dropped my capacitor really low, it's still going to stay strong. Unlike my Drake, which loses capacitor and then never gains it back. Why am I stopped? Move forward, please. We're going to set approach to 72. So yeah, I think that was probably one of the most dangerous parts of this mission so far. Obviously there's going to be Wave 4. Wave 4 is going to be scary, but I don't think it's going to be any type of issue. Alright, let's go ahead and activate these for the next wave, and we'll take a look at where I'm at. Yeah, DPS is 1066. We are hitting armor for 4000. This Talos should be the last one that has any type of damage they can really do to me. We'll get rid of them, and everything will be just hunky-dory. Now, another thing that I do want to look at, I'm at 125, so even if the next spawn happens, I'm fine. Okay. Let's approach him and fire. I do have to say that that probably is one of the scarier first waves that I've seen on a mission. Normally I'm used to warping in and there's like 4 or 5 ships. I'm like, oh, cool. Does anybody run a modern world? Like, a lot? Alright, let's have a look here. Who is coming in fast? You. Alright, so we're going to activate these. Now we got a 23. 27. And this guy should be the next to die, and then we're fine. Perfect. We can turn back around now. And we don't really have much to worry about. Lots of tiny ships in this one too. Lots of tiny ships. That is very dangerous for this ship. We can actually burst back a little bit. Okay. I still want to move forward here. We can actually do another burst. I want to get a little bit closer. 100 is still kind of far away. Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's not fire on him first. Let's kill this guy. Okay. So, wave 2 is basically done except for the cleanup. Wave 3, we might start to get some elites. I don't know, because I did not go and watch Eternal Echo's video on what to expect, and everyone should do that before doing one of these missions. I don't know why I've stopped yet again. Well, I do know why I stopped. Whatever I had target to approach died. All these guys are normal, right? Yeah. Why am I attacking a Vexer? I need to attack this. So this guy can have those large railguns reach out and touch me. Why did I activate both of those? Hey, well, we can at least see that. If you activate 2 of them at once, you're at 130 km optimal range with 44 km fall off. So, yeah, if you really want to shoot somebody far away, you can. Yes, I agree. Oh, see, I'm actually being struck. He can hit us from out here. Okay. Uh, 95. Alright, so we're going to stop moving here just for a moment, and these guys are within my range of that 72 km, so I can just sit here and fire at my leisure. So this becomes the boring part of everything, where you're just kind of sitting back and waiting for anything to happen. So, what is everybody else up to today? Laser leisure feels like a tongue twister. It does. Alright, so I have to pay a little more attention here because I do want to start getting away. Where's the cosmic anomaly? Yeah, I'm sitting at 97. Let's start. Work and cheap missions while watching you, bro. Thank you. Super soft drink and your Drake. Well, I am very curious about your Drake fits, because I use my Drake as well, and it works great, but for long missions, or missions where I'm actually taking damage, I start running low on cap quite a bit. So I'd be very interested to pick your brain on that. You? 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 Okay. Perfect. Let's turn back around now. Man, they bring so many small ships on this one. I do a bra fit with 2 NOS. My 1 billion-ish ship today. Whichever one should I use? What should I do? Yeah, I feel the same way though when I see the people with multiple faction ships. I'm like, I can't hold on to money for that long. I'm always like, I want to fly something new. Okay. Yeah, the rest of these guys seem pretty slow, so even though there's a lot of them, and I do have to say, this mission, there is quite a few. I'm very surprised. 2 adaptive invulnerability fields. I have insane resistance. How do you fight the cap problems, though? Whenever I'm using the shield booster and everything on that ship, I run out of cap. Is it just a skills thing? Am I doing something wrong? Is it rigs? You can solo a T8 and a normal Vexer. Hey, Jayron. Jayron is soloing T8s and a normal Vexer? I believe it. They're a drone boat, right? You can also get a little bit of a speed tank going on there as well. I do apologize if you guys hear anything going on in the background. Today is trash day, and the trash and the recycling companies have decided, I guess, they want to park in my yard and get things done, so that's happening outside. Why don't you focus fire on him, please? So we do have a couple of elites in this wave. I'm not scared. They're elite. What are these guys? Are they Vexers? Elite Thorax. And Elite Vexer, yeah. Hey Jayron, we got your ship in here. It's trying to solo a T8. Unfortunately, I'm the T8. Semi-cap stable without the micro warp drive running. 3 cap capacity, rigs, and 2 NOS. Okay. That makes sense. That's cool. Yeah, because that's what I've been fighting with that ship is trying to get it to a place where I can take hits from the assault battle cruisers with the large weapons and the battleships, the ones that can actually reach out and hit me. And I have no problem with the resistances. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but having to use the shield booster, I can get myself into a situation where I just start running out of cap. Let's activate that and start laying waste to this elite. Okay. Nope. He's got one of those fancy shields up, so we're gonna go and hit this Algos for the time being. You've still got that fancy shield up. It is now down, so we're gonna go back to you. I don't like you getting so close. You probably have blasters. I'm sorry, I call them blasters again. Snub-nose railguns. One more battle cruiser and I'm done with mag. Nice. Most effective ship fit for a T6, T8, T10 storyline missions, including time as a factor. A Macarial. Actually, I think the most effective ship for doing storylines altogether, if we're going to bring in the faction battle cruisers and everything, is probably the... Oh, what is it called? The one that looks like a scorpion. Because it's using those drones, and drones, as we know, are good against everything. And then it has missiles, which don't miss, and if any of the smaller ships do get close to you, even though you're using the large missiles... Most effective ship fit for T6, T8, T10 story. Okay, I'll be serious, not one of the faction ships. Well, for me, I like this. I mean, I still think the best thing you can do is what Eternal Echoes is doing. You get yourself a prophecy. Oh, cheap ships. Oh. Well, I can do T6s. I can do all the T6s in my Mauler. So... that is a thing. T8 in a Mauler? I could probably do a T8 in a Mauler. I don't really like the idea of trying, considering I lost a Harbinger in a T8 just recently, so that scares me a little bit. But it would be basically the same thing as the Harbinger, it would just take a whole lot longer. You would want to make sure that you do not spawn in at 0, because that'll just be instant death. And other than that, you can literally just skirt the outsides of it and take out ships one by one. It's just going to be real slow. Rattlesnake, thank you. That's what I was missing. Yeah, the Rattlesnake is definitely going to be, I think, the best for ratting. Because if you have this fast ships that come up, as long as you have that thing equipped with webs and whatnot, you're going to be able to hit everything. Let's take out this elite next. Now everything is within my optimal range, basically, so... yeah, Mauler can do all of the T6s, and it can actually do them in a good time, as long as you're very, very careful with it. I have one video where I was doing one of the T6s solo in the Mauler, and it went just fine. It was pretty easy. So, I mean, if you're just getting started out, and that would be one of the ships that I recommend. Rat, little snake. Very true. Okay, next we're going to take out this Talos. And that's just because I think this Talos is the one that's peppering my shield here. You soloed the gate camp with the Mauler and lost it. That's that whole spawning at 0 thing. It's just gate camp version. Okay. Alright, we'll turn back around now. I just didn't like him peppering me with all that stuff. Omens are really good. I like the Omens. I do want to do some more fits. I want to see if I can get away with doing some crazy builds on there. I did have an Omen that I put some missiles on one time. I think I got the idea from Captain Benzie, and that was pretty fun. Might have not have been Benzie though. I forget. Somebody gave me the idea. I was watching one of their videos and they're like, hey, you can do this. This is something that can be done. And this is back before the Rapids got nerfed, so the Omen was literally doing the same DPS as my lasers at the time. And it was shield tanking with this insane tank, and it was cap stable. It was ridiculous. Okay. We are taking some hits from these Brutixes. How much are they hitting me for? I wish 74. I wish I had a combat log that just had a log of every single time that you got hit that I could pull up, and then what you hit for, so I could do some comparisons and some research with that. And get an average damage of what my weapon is actually doing. Okay, yeah, I can activate this. Let's actually come in and approach this guy. Yes, pepper my shields. I'm starting to think instead of the target painter, maybe I can put a large group shield repper on here. Just top off my shields. I'm so confused right now. I targeted a ship, I guess it was a frigate. And then I turned to look at chat to see if anything had been said. And then I turned back and the ship is just gone. Yep, I've said that plenty of times. It's normally how I lose everything. Cosmic Anomaly. I'm 153, that should be fine. If there is another way. Which there is. Okay. Let's start getting these guys taken out. Missed. Don't like that. There we go. Let's unlock you, and unlock you. Lock up you two. Okay. Can you join my current encounter? Unfortunately, no. I'm not going to have anybody join mid-encounter. Okay. Let's turn back around real quick. We do have a couple of elites here that look like they're coming up next. A pack of elites, rather. I understand. But I will be doing where I do group up with people in the future. Just right now, just going through this real quick. I had no plans of actually joining up with anybody. Ever consider bringing a friend with a logistics ship? Yes, actually. Sorry, I missed that one at first. So again, I do want to actually set up times. What I'll probably do is next Saturday, because I plan on at least streaming every Saturday for a mission or two. And what I can do is we can make plans over the week if you guys go to the Discord and stuff like that, and I can see if we can get everybody together to try to do a mission as a group, and we can determine if we have a Logi pilot, someone's going to bring a tank and stuff like that, and we can get stuff together and we can actually do this together for fun. Thank you, I appreciate it. But yeah, if you guys go to the Discord, hey Eternal, then what we'll do is I'll go in there as well and we can try to organize something for next Saturday. We'll get together and I will do a group mission with everybody. So whoever wants to get in as part of that, just let me know on Discord and we'll get it set up and make it happen. I don't necessarily have to bring an Oracle to that one. I can bring any of my other ships as well, so we'll see what everybody's flying and see if we can put something together. Okay, we still got a couple more elite ships left. Wow, it's 4 p.m. where you're at? It is 10:57 a.m. where I'm at. I was just literally, when I started the stream, I was having my first wake-up drink of the day. Still sipping on it, actually. Okay. So it looks like this elite Talos here is trying to creep in a little faster than everybody else. That's okay, we're gonna take him out next. We don't like the way he's looking at us. He's got hunger in his eyes. Okay. He has a shield. Wait, I can still blast it. Oh no. He's got an armor tank going on. Let's get rid of this pesky shield. Okay. Now we will focus fire on the other dude. Until your armor plate goes... Oh, never mind. That guy's gonna die really quick. Let's go back. Well, I figured I would do a morning stream. Again, I was looking at everything, and yesterday I tried to release a PvP video, and it didn't go very well, so I said to make up for it because it was only like a 14-minute video because I spent like 2 hours looking for kills and couldn't find anything. No trouble whatsoever on that one, so I was like, let me wake up early and do a morning stream before everybody gets on, so I'm not infringing on their time. So I've been streaming for... I don't know. I was looking for the time frame on... Yeah, 1 hour and 19 minutes now. I just figured I would do a quick T8 mission. And that is currently what we are doing. What are we doing? A modern world, I think? Yeah, we're doing a modern world. So when I said quick, I forgot about all the jumping. Yeah, everything's going great. How are you doing? How are you enjoying Tier 8? We're slackers. You've been at work for 2 hours. This is literally my Saturday. I'm off Saturday and Sunday, so normally I'm not on at this time frame, and unless I have vacation. When I first ran it into Eternal, I was actually on a week-long vacation, so I was sitting here at home. I just had like a staycation because I had to spend my vacation time before the end of the year. So I didn't go anywhere, so I just sat here and played Eve Echoes and watched Eternal. Yeah, you gotta suffer through all those T10 missions over and over again. I like the T10s, trust me, I love the money you get at the end, but sitting there for 7 hours on one mission, just... I'm like, ugh, I gotta speed that up. I do have to say, this mission has surprised me. I didn't expect there to be this much stuff. Normally these T8s aren't this packed full of enemies. I do my work on weekdays, so I don't need to work on weekends. Yes, I'm a weekend warrior, so I get my daughter every weekend. I am not ignoring her. She is a 17-year-old, and she stays up all night, so she is still fast asleep. She stays up to like 3, 4 in the morning. But she will be up here shortly, and when she wakes up, I do have to go spend time with her, have breakfast, lunch, I guess a brunch type of thing, because it'll probably be noon, 1 o'clock before she gets up. You do work every day still, Eternal, and you're going to start making lots of money off of that work. It's just a different type of work. You still got to put in the time and the effort, and you're making great content for the community. Loved by all. I left my micro warp drive on for who knows how long. So that's a testament to how stable this ship's cap is, even though it's not cap stable. My micro warp drive was on for who knows how long there. I don't even remember the last time I said I was going to use it. Okay, I'm docked at the station. Name is Prior Ready. I think this is the last wave, my friend. I don't think I'm gonna need the help, but I really do appreciate it. Trampoline accident. Like, are you being serious? These things are dangerous. Eternal's like, yes, I set the trampoline up on the roof, and I had the swimming pool and my skateboard ready. I was going to do this awesome trick. Well, as I was just saying, Billy, I don't necessarily have time for another one because I'm going to be spending time with my daughter a little bit later. But again, go into the Discord, and the Discord, do I even have the Discord linked here? No, I'll have to get that. But if you go in there, it's very active, and all of the people who are part of the community with Eternal Echoes, with Together We Solo, and myself are in the Discord. And you should be able to find a lot of people who are going to be willing to do something, and you guys can put something together for today, possibly. I don't want to speak for everybody and say that they're definitely going to do it. No. Okay, I mean, you can do whatever you like, I guess. I was just making sure you were aware of all of your options. Ugh. Yeah, I was joking around about that, but that's gotta really suck. I've never seriously injured myself on a trampoline, but I... Oh, no to Discord link. Okay. Well, I'll get it put in here in just a moment. Let me get done with this right here. Yeah, I have racked my unmentionables on trampolines, and that was bad enough. I have twisted arms, I've broken a finger on one. They are very dangerous things, but I've never permanently injured myself. And it's probably been 15 years since I've been on a trampoline. Um, do never. How do I do this? Paste? I think that should do it. Trampolines, man. That's what they're called. Alright, Talos. Hopefully you're the last ship, because you've been pissing me off. And I have been forgetting to activate my heat sinks and everything, because I've been just sitting here. Killing a fleet of 7 in the test server. Killing a fleet of 7 what, J-Ron? Like people? By yourself? Alright, Hood Ornament, you can go away. You did a wonderful job and you kept me alive. It's because it's a Caldari Hood Ornament. Okay, was this like a planned fight or did you warp in on them? And are you in the middle of this? Because if you're in the middle of killing them and typing to us, that's impressive. Unless you lose, then I understand why you lost. Aluminium. Defending station. Oh, okay. Is it one of the module stations that are built? I can't remember the name of currently. I always want to call them like blow-up stations. They just kind of appear out of nowhere. They're the air mattresses of stations. Whenever you have to have a station, just put one up. Corp Citadel. Oof. That sounds very much more fancy than blow-up station. So I don't think I had to use my armor reppers on that one. However, that did take quite a bit of time. I wonder if there's another encounter. If there is another encounter, this is probably going to be one of the missions on the longer ends for Tier 8s. Again, like I said, before I did this, I should have watched Eternal Echo's video. If I watched his video on what to expect, then I wouldn't have all of these questions. My personal opinion when it comes to Logi ships, I'm actually interested in getting some skills up and flying one for myself, but it's going to be really dependent on what your team is flying, because you're going to be using remote reppers, and if you have a bunch of people that are using shield tanks, you don't want to bring an armor tank Logi. So it really, I guess a Logi pilot, a good Logi pilot, like if you're going to specialize in it, you're going to be able to do both. and you're going to have one for each situation. And if you have your corp mates that are flying shield tanks, then you do that. A lot of corporations, I think, would, especially for the purposes of PvP and whatnot, they would have one that they prefer over the other and would let you know. And then you would probably have that type of ship, and then when you go out with your corp mates to do PvE stuff, you're already set up for it. But if it's anything like EVE Online too, there's the Logi ships. Are they also the ships that are going to do the Kappa boosting and whatnot? Because you could have your Kappa boost Logis as well, right? Or am I thinking of something completely different? So you might have one that's not there for actual armor repping really, but they're there to provide everybody with cap and whatnot. Because I think one of the cool things is when people are running those group armor repairers, I can't speak. If you have a whole group of people together running the or the group armor repairs, have some type of logistic there that's able to keep everyone's cap up and running. Does exist in EVE Echoes. Good, good, okay. So you could do a lot of crazy stuff. You could have people have very cap-hungry ships out there and have a good logistics pilot able to make everybody provide them with the cap so they can do all of these crazy things and not have to worry about running out of cap. But yeah, I would be very curious to actually fly with a Logi pilot whenever we do start doing the groups and seeing firsthand how that pans out. So yeah, even leaving my micro warp drive on in this ship, and again, this ship doesn't say it's cap stable. 8 minutes and 38 seconds. But it pretty much is cap stable, as you saw. I didn't have anything that I really had to do where I was like, oh no, my cap is running out. I said, oh no, I left my micro warp drive on. Let me turn it off. And then everything went back to being fine. And so that is one of the things I really do like about the Amar ships. Their capacitor is just so good. So good. Now, it probably does help that I have been training hard into capacitor skills too for battle cruisers. What is it? Yeah, my battle cruiser engineering. I need to get the 5 in there, but I've got the 5 here for this ship, 3 into expert. So I've got quite a bit of those skills. Power to Amar! That is his catchphrase. He's going to have Power to Amar t-shirts soon, if they don't already exist. Still can't wait for that mug. Once I get it, there will be plenty of... That ship was loaded! Good God, look at all of this. If all of this wasn't worth hardly anything anymore, I'd say I'd made out like a bandit. That is a lot. Basic inertia. I got Aura Warp Core stabilizers. How many did I get? I got 2 of those. I got 2 interruptive warp scramblers. Yeah, this was a pretty good haul. Okie dokie.
Warp drive active.
Alright, so we're on 5. Yeah, I just gotta go back. This is done. Okay, I thought this was gonna be 2 battles, but it's actually just one with a ton of jumping. So that's why it seemed like there was so many ships that were in there. So again, for everybody who was watching at the beginning that's here now, when they were talking about the Webers and stuff like that, if you have a micro warp drive on this ship and you do it right, you don't need to use your Webers, or you don't need a scram, because you're not letting them get close to you. If they do get close to you, you have problems. I prefer this playstyle. It's not going to be for everyone, but I'd rather them just not get to me and not even have to worry about it. Ah, big business magnate has to. Then I'll probably end up
Warp
doing
drive
that one next
active.
time. Literally just doing these for fun and profit right now. I like doing the T8s because, again, they take about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and the T10s just, it's a long period to sit, excuse me, a long period to sit there. And unfortunately, I just don't have the time to do that. I will probably start a T10 and I'll do it in chunks because I do like the money that comes from it. But I'll probably do two T10s.
Warp drive active.
Similar difficulty on both. Gotcha. Well, if it's about as difficult as this one, as long as I pay attention, I don't think there's going to be any problems. With the micro warp drive, I should be able to warp away from all of the, even a herd of ships like that. I mean, there was quite a few smaller ships in this one, and they didn't actually get to me. That was one of the things I was looking at. I had some that got close, and I consider 60-50 km close. So that was a little scary, and the reason why I consider 60-50 km close is because once they start getting into 20 km, that's when I stop being able to hit them. You're doing them in a T6 cruiser?
Warp drive active.
Is that Vexor? You're using the Vexor Navy issue to do that, or? I don't think I have the drone skills to back up a Vexor Navy issue or anything, but that would actually make for a cool video. What are my drone skills? Medium drone operation 4, advanced medium drone upgrade 4, expert medium drone upgrade, nothing. I have advanced medium drone operation 3, medium drone operation 4.
Warp drive active.
Drone 5, advanced drone 3. My drone skills are okay. You're doing them in a Caracal Navy issue? Just don't do Matar Reborn. Why are you so scared of Matar Reborn, Turtleack? Because I have to go watch that video. I don't know if I was actually present for that one or not, but... Do you think I'm not going to be able to outrange everything there? I'm curious. I want to try out this Matar Reborn now.
Warp drive active.
Make my first Oracle Lost video. So you think Matar Reborn is harder than the T10s? I've heard you say that. I'm gonna go watch your What to Expect on Matar Reborn. The swarms are crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. That's one of the reasons why I'm worried about Angel and Devil, or Devil and Angel, whichever one it is. I have one of the books there, but I was watching you and somebody else do it, and you had no problem doing it, but what I watched was you got swarmed by so many elites, and you were able to clean it up because you were in your prophecy. And I was taking very big note of that for my Oracle, and I'm like, because they got to you quick, and I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to murder all of those before they get to me. So I've been very, very leery about doing that one. Why is Matar Reborn so frustrating? Is it a two-parter? Is it one part? Or is it just the lots of ships? I'm really gonna have to watch the rest of his video on that Matar Reborn. I want to see it. I'll put that on my watch list today. Matar Reborn. I'm gonna go in there with a
Warp drive
with an
active.
Ibis and tank the whole thing. It's 3 parts. Ah, it's a long mission. I hate those long missions. The long missions don't even seem worth it in my opinion. It's like they take so long for so little. I'm like, because even this one, I don't really prefer it. I could do a Soldier's Way and literally knock out a Soldier's Way super quick compared to this. But it is fun to do the different missions. I do enjoy that part. Now I can say, for the purposes of loot, I got pretty good drops off of this one. I got 2 interrupted warp
Warp drive
scrams.
active.
I got a couple of Aura Warp Core stabilizers. Like, there was just a ton of loot. Now, mind you, all of this stuff is just going to go to the pile. J-Ron, what kind of ships? You had... It was 6 or 7 guys that you were attacking. Are they all in, like... Are you in a frigate or something, and they're in a battle cruisers? What's going on? And I do apologize, guys. I do not have a webcam, so I couldn't sit here with you guys and put my face up. It is on the list of things to get.
Warp
They
drive
turned
active.
into a fleet of 20. Are they just playing with you? Or do you have a fleet of people with you as well? Because I don't see how there's 20 people there, and you being the only one there, and them not just murdering you. I'm trying to comprehend that right now, and my brain's having a hard time doing it. You're alone? So are they all in bigger ships and you're in like a frigate speed tanking and they all can't hit you, or what? I'm very curious on how you're staying alive. Super Jai! He hacked in a dev ship. I keep docking at station if I get low. Got it, got it. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, this one is a long one. I would definitely say this one would be, if you're piloting an Oracle or a long range ship, this one is probably a little bit more dangerous than a Soldier's Way. At least from my experience here, because if you're not on point with those spawns, then you are going to get surrounded by the smaller ships, and that could spell disaster. The people on the test servers are killing citadels to get 100,000 SP. Yeah, that's something I should take part in, because 100,000 SP is good, but I just haven't. Maybe I'll jump into the Discord and see if anybody's actually going to go there and do something and join up with those guys for a bit.
Warp drive active.
But that's going to have to wait, because after I finish here, I'm doing lunch with the daughter. It'll be her breakfast, my lunch. But yeah, that was a fun little mission. How long have I been streaming? An hour and 44 minutes. So I have been talking a little bit in between, and we didn't start off directly when I first started streaming here, so Oh, 38 million. Join Rookie Channel and ask for a fleet. That's how I have done it. Cool. So yeah, that was, I would say probably about an hour and a half, maybe a little bit longer, from start to finish for 40 million, 45, 46, 47, 48, and I paid 22 for it. Yeah, I don't think that's worth it. Was fun to do though. Okay. Goodbye to the station. Is that you're actually you put that one up, J-Ron? So you popped the station, or you put the station up. You made the blow up station, and they got a bunch of people together to come out and destroy it. Oh no, they were attacking your
Warp
station.
drive active.
I'm such an idiot. You said you were docking in and out of it, so you were defending from it. Maybe I should do that too. Just go out there and put up a random station. That might make for an interesting video. If I could get people together, we could go put out a station and see how long we could defend it for on the test server.
Warp drive active.
Okay, so let me do this real quick. So I did say I would do this, so bear with me. Okay. Sus. So I started up my other account. This is my alt account. Test only has a couple of days left. Yeah. I may or may not do that. We have 3 weeks vacation starting Monday. Hope to work my way through all of the T6 and T8 missions in the Vexor Navy issue. Alright, so my main is flying back to station. This is my alt with my Dramiel. I did say I would give you guys just a quick overview and update for this. In 3 days. I don't think he's been logged on in a day, yeah. Gimme! Alright, so right now he is doing Advanced Frigate Command 5, and he's got 5 hours left on that. As soon as that's finished, we will go into this, which will be 12 days. So right now he is sitting at 397 DPS, so just shy of 400. I have not upgraded the rigs since I've started with this, so we still got a Cannon Collision Accelerator 2, a Cannon Burst Aerator 2, and a Cannon Collision Accelerator 3. Same thing with the rigs. I have 1 polycarbon engine housing, 3 auxiliary thrusters, 1, and polycarbon engine housing prototype that I gotta get switched up on there. guns, Gisty C-type small autocannons, a Caldari Navy stasis web, a Vicarlacus, or Viraclacus, I don't know how you want to say that, Nosferatu, Imperial Navy tracking disruptor for PvE. I changed that out to a warp scram if I do PvP, which I haven't in this ship yet. Ranger small afterburner, that's got to get upgraded. Gisty C-type small shield booster, and this also needs to get upgraded, the basic gyro stabilizer. So 672 is where this is for speed. For my frigate, I have Frigate Command 5, Advanced Frigate Command. I'm getting to 5 right now. I will start training into the Expert. For maintenance, I have Shield Operation 5, but that's it. I haven't literally trained anything else in here. Defense upgrade, I have Frigate Defense Upgrade 5, Advanced Frigate Defense Upgrade 4, so I still got to work on there and get to the Expert. And electronics, Frigate Engineering 5, Advanced Frigate Engineering 3. I have Electronic Warfare 4, I need to get more into that as well. Targeting, I have Target Management 4, it also needs some upgrades. So this account still is fairly new. I wish I knew how to tell exactly how old it was. I can tell you I did buy Omega for him, which was 30 days, so it's at least a 20-day old account, and I think I was active for a day or two before I got that, so maybe 22 days. It does have 2 of the implants. I just got the 2 implants for him. I still have 1 more implant to buy to get up to the 75, so he is not training at max skill points. But I will max out everything in this Dramule, and he will primarily fly Dramules. And then after I get the Dramules done, I will be sitting on my skill points and saving them for battle cruiser stuff, because I want to get him into the Amar battle cruisers, or not Amar, I'm so sorry, the Minmatar battle cruisers, and then go into the Minmatar battleships as well. So that is the update for my alt account. I don't know what else I could show on this account, really. It doesn't have much of anything. But with that being said, we did finish the mission. It is about time for my daughter to be getting up, and I am going to go have lunch breakfast with her, and probably what happened to my ISK? This is my alt account. I switched over to my alt account. My alt account doesn't have much money, only 57 million. My main account has all the ISK. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stop here. I'm going to go get some food. I want to thank everybody for showing up. Please go ahead and leave a like if you enjoy the content. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and you can ring the bell and be notified whenever I do go live. And Eternal Echoes is probably going to be streaming later today. I do have the pinned comment at the top, does have his link there, as well as Together We Solo. And I did post the Discord earlier. I will post it again right now. There's a lot of cool people as part of this Discord. Please go and check out everyone there, and you may even be able to find some groups and people to have great Eve Echoes conversations with. Okay, looks like Eternal's going to be starting streaming in about an hour, and I will definitely drop by for that too later today after I've had my lunch. And again, thank you everyone. I will see you next time. Goodbye.